This really isn't a tour. We ended a tour about a month ago, and then we went to Mexico for a couple weeks, and now we're just playing around the Maritimes just to fill up some time.
We also just got back from Newfoundland. We were over touring Newfoundland, did about 3 shows over on the Rock. It was cool.
Okay. Now, Mexico, how did things go in Mexico?
That was really fun. It was really badly organized, but it was a lot of fun. We get to play a few shows, the ones that weren't canceled, stuff like that, but I think it was a pretty exciting trip.
The people in Mexico know how to rock. Like the shows that went really well. Like, they didn't really seem to dig Canadian rock, which is sort of cool.
Has the CD now been released over there?
Yeah, it came out, I think, as of September 31st.
Supposed to, but we couldn't find it.
We couldn't find it anywhere, Maybe they're all sold.
And how have things changed for the band since signing with BMG?
We have more money. Not to pocket, but more money to tour with. We're not necessarily making any more money, that's for sure. But we have more money to tour. We've done 4 tours this year, and we wouldn't have been able to do that without BMG. That's the main thing. And we got a nice video made, pretty expensive video. But
yeah, pretty much the touring aspect. I mean, it costs a lot of money to travel across the country. You can either go in the hole or just break even, but you'll never come out ahead with money. So
we get lots of tour support to help us get across.
Now, you guys recently toured with ZZ Top. How did that go?
That was really fun, getting to play arenas. The style of show we put on, we try and do an arena show every night in a club, and we finally get to go in an actual arena and do some shows where we're pointing up to the balcony, and there's actually a balcony. But it was a great experience. It was, I don't know, just walking out to the roar of 8,000 people every night. That was something else.
Must be quite different to go from a 10,000 seat arena to a club this size.
Yeah, I think one of the best shows we ever put on was just after the very first arena shows. The first show was in Vancouver at GM Place, and the next night we played a bar. And that show that night smoked. We sort of had that arena mentality in our minds still, and we just went out and rocked. It was so cool. But yeah, I think it helped out with our live show a lot, just for the aspects of, now we know what it was like and how to actually do it inside of a bar now. So
I think it helped us make our show a lot more, professional.
Now, a lot of people might think you guys are sort of a new band, but actually the band was formed something 10 years ago. Is that true? When you guys were 12 or 13?
Yeah, me and Ken, the drummer, formed it in 88. Just, we both got our first instruments, and we're like, okay, we'll call ourselves the Monoxides. And, we didn't really write anything. It didn't really start until we got PJ and Derek, our other guitar player, which was about 6 years ago. So this line's been together for about 6 years. So, yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, we're new just to the rest of Canada, but we've been playing around the Maritimes for a few years now.
So I guess your advice to a band would be persistence.
Definitely persistence. We haven't even made it anywhere yet. We've had some good tours and some good breaks, but we're still, we're not selling a ton of records or nothing, so we still got a lot of work to do, so it's definitely persistence.
I mean, even with us, being signed to a major label doesn't mean that it, basically we still have to go out and do it ourselves, that's basically what it comes down to. So, and that's what we were used to, and I think if every band did that, then, we'd be doing a lot of shows and, having some fun.
Yeah, so, we work just as hard as any other band. The only thing the label's doing really is we have great distribution and just we have money to tour with, and that's about it.
Anything planned for the ECMAs this year? You guys performing there?
We're just waiting to find out, actually. We can't showcase or anything because we're already signed, but we'll probably do a no-case or something like that, I guess.
Yeah, we haven't really discussed it yet either, whether nominations or anything like that. We don't know.
We don't know.
We have no idea yet. Hopefully that'd be cool.
But I'm sure we'll have a show somewhere because it's such a good opportunity to play. There's so many people in town, and there's always good crowds at shows during that week. So we'll get a show somewhere down there.
For most bands, I guess when they form, they have very little support at all from their parents or family at all. I understand it was Ken, who I guess had his father drive around in his van and actually acted as a roadie for the band.
Yeah, he came out with us for a couple of years, helping us. He was the only one that was of age, so we needed a guardian in the clubs with us. So he drove the van. He helped us bring our gear in and stuff like that. And then we got old enough,
And now we travel by ourselves, and now he just he fixes the van. Yeah.
And our muscles have gotten bigger because we don't have him to help us anymore. Especially him, yeah.
Do you enjoy making videos at all?
Well, we've only had one from this record, so, yeah, it was a lot of fun because it's the only, like, we have 2 videos, one from our last CD, which was just a cheap little, like, you know, kind of home video almost thing where people just followed us around all day. This time, you know, we were in a big studio, and how long was it?
It took about 16 hours. We arrived at like 8 in the morning, got out at 1. It was pretty tiring, but, you know, looking back, it was a lot of fun. You know.
Yeah.
I think right then I was sort of like, oh, can we please finish this? You know.
It was exciting, you know, there's makeup people coming out doing makeup, and, you know, it was just, you know, big cranes, you know, coming down and stuff like that. And, you know, we wanted a second video, and we were told we were going to get one, and we haven't got one, so, you know.
I wish you guys the very best of luck in the future. For those people who say, I'll never get anywhere because I'm based in New Brunswick, that's definitely not true. You guys are still living here in New Brunswick, and you've signed to a major label, so it's a little bit of a positive influence for those who are still trying to make it.
Yeah, you never know. You just, I mean, you got to travel and stuff. I mean, obviously you're not going to get signed by just playing in New Brunswick, but, you know, you just got to travel, and, you know, things can be done. Look at, I mean, there's all these bands in Halifax that have been signed, you know, a couple in New Brunswick, so, you know, it's not as hard as you think.
Sort of the way I look at it, too, is like, you know, like everybody's always said to us, like, you know, why don't you move to Toronto and you'd be more central? But what's an extra 20-hour drive on a drive that we've done 1,000 times? So, you know, imagine we'll always live in Moncton, in New Brunswick for sure.
Okay, well, very, very best of luck in the future, and the best of luck with the band. This is, of course, the Monoxides on BMG.